Okay, so I had this channeled message a couple of days ago, and I'm gonna try and channel that message back. So, um, what I'm seeing is there's a woman, and she's in a canteen, and it seems to be the place that where she works. It's a place that she frequents daily, and she's standing in line and she's looking at all of the choices, and she's trying to make her mind up about what to eat. But I see her looking at those choices that are available, and she's indecisive. She's unable to make a decision, and that's because she is dissatisfied with the choices, and she doesn't really want to make a choice at all. She doesn't want to choose any of the options that are available, but they're the only options that there are. And so this is symbolic to her overall life. And there is a big decision that she needs to make, a big change that she needs to make. It's possibly long overdue, and so this this need to make a decision matched with this indecisive energy, it's being mirrored into all aspects of her life. Um, and so she's standing there, she's indecisive, she has a decision that she needs to make, but she's struggling to make that decision. And she doesn't look very content, the look on her face. It's a face that is held together. There is an external mask, an external. She has the look of somebody who is just getting through. Um, the expression to put a brave face on. She's kind of there's a default kind of mask that's there. It's the only mask that she can muster. She has the look of somebody who is just plowing through the fields every day. They're tired. Um, they have lost their energy. They have lost their enthusiasm, and they're kind of just going through the motions. They're just dragging their body through the day. And there's a much bigger decision that this woman needs to make. And I feel like she has these feelings, these um, she's yearning for something more. She's yearning for something more fulfilling. She's yearning for something more, and she seems to have outgrown her life, but she hasn't yet changed her life. She hasn't yet made a change in the physical realm to bring about a new change, to bring about more harmony. And so this is for somebody who is stuck in this indecisive place in their life. And I'm feeling like this woman is she is waking up to herself. And so she's looking around and she's thinking there must be more to life than this. There must be more to my life. She has the sense that there is something more. She knows already that there is something more. But she hasn't yet made a decision. She hasn't yet made a choice. And so this is where where she is now, at this realization that a choice needs to be made, because I feel like she's reached the point where she can't pretend anymore. It's physically painful now. It's emotionally painful. It's mentally. It's a burden. It's heavy. Um, and there's only so much, right, that you can take. There's only so much that a person can pretend to themselves. And so there's this sense, right? I'm being shown like an ice lolly, like an ice cream lolly, and it's tropical colored. Um, but there's an emphasis on like lilac purple, and I feel like what this woman is lacking is a sense of fun, a sense of she needs to be there's a need for this energy, this spontaneous energy, and an energy that revitalizes. Um, and I've been shown this ice cream, which sort of it conjures up the feelings of being on holiday, of going abroad, of changing the climate. So a really warm, tropical, vibrant, carefree atmosphere. But this is to do with this person's soul. This is to do with your soul. Um, so that's the energy, right? The energy, not specifically the visual, but the energy that is needed to refresh the system. To I feel like you've already got new eyes, but those new eyes need to come online, and you need the catalyst for this new beginning is a new energy. It's to change your surroundings. I feel like you've outgrown your surroundings. You've outgrown who you are. You've outgrown that box that either you put yourself in or somebody else put you in. And I'm being shown feet moving, feet on the ground moving. Um, it's kind of like marching. There's a scene. There's a movie called Hair. It's actually a musical, but I grew up with the movie. There's a scene in there where there's like lots of soldiers in a line, and they're all marching. They're all in sync, and the focus is on their lower legs and their feet, and so everything's moving in sync, marching, steady, rhythmic. Nothing is breaking the stride, and so that's what I'm being shown, that this woman needs to move forward, and momentum will gain, and this woman needs to keep going, and she needs to leave where she is energetically. Um, and actually, on in that movie, the same scene, all these soldiers are actually boarding the plane to go to Vietnam, and it's a cargo plane, so they're kind of marching into the back of the plane, and then the door just automatically closes and the plane takes off. So it also has this feeling of a very quick transition. There isn't a delay in boarding the plane, the door closing, the soldiers taking their seat, and the plane taking off. So I do get a sense that there's great momentum. There's great there's great momentum in the change. After the change, you once the decision has been made and the first steps have been taken, then momentum, I feel like, is it's a definite. There will be momentum there. The change is needed. It's long overdue. And all you need to do is make this initial move, right? You just need to make the decision and commit to the change, and the change will begin to happen. And so I get I'm being shown balloons, so I get this impression of you feeling the need to celebrate, or that this is something to celebrate, this point that you have gotten to. I feel like it's as I said, it's like long overdue, but I feel like it's been very difficult to get to this point, because I feel like in your environment there are so many opportunities to find a reason to look the other way, to ignore your impulses, to to continue on the same trajectory as all those who came before you. So, like your parents, for instance, this this repeating of a cycle, and I get the feeling that it wasn't an easy cycle to break, and maybe in your ancestral line, it's not something that's been done before. And I can kind of relate, coming from a really small mining town, um, where it seems like there are many people who don't leave. And it's true for my generation. Lots of people, they kind of repeat the same life of their parents. Um, and I guess very few break out of that cycle. But when you do something like that, you're changing timelines, right? You're changing the course of your life. So this has been a very hard thing for you to do, but I want you to know that you're changing the course of your life. You are literally jumping into another timeline where you are somebody else. Um, so I'm getting the impression that this is inevitable anyway. It's not something I feel like you can escape now. You've went too far. You have already committed enough, um, for the rest of this process to definitely take place. And I don't feel like there's going to be a delay at all, or you're going to change your mind or anything like that. I feel like this is just confirmation for you, an omen to signify to you to, um, just take a seat, enjoy the show, kind of thing. That's kind of what I'm hearing. Just enjoy the show, enjoy what is about to come into your life, enjoy the ride. I've seen a roller coaster. Um, so I would assume that it's going to be a fun ride. And, there may be ups and downs, as with all roller coasters. You might go upside down a few times. But what I'm being shown is that it's a journey. So whether you go up, down, upside down, you're always going to come back around. You're always going to end up right way up. So you're starting a new journey. You're starting a new cycle. And you don't know what it entails. You don't know what, like, in the tarot, the fool, he is at the start of the journey, and he is stepping off a cliff, and he doesn't know what's at the bottom, but he's taking a chance, right? He has hope in his heart, and he's taking a chance. And there's this little white dog in the tarot, in this card specifically, and that little white dog is kind of like nudging him off the edge of the cliff. And we need a push every now and then in our lives. whether that's a push from another person. It's not literally going to be a dog, or like an energetic push from somewhere. Um, we sometimes need that. And so I'm being shown that this is the start of a new cycle, a new journey, and a new you. And it's a good thing. It's a new chapter of your life. Um, and I do get the sense that you're going to be leaving the place where you are. You're going to be traveling. I'm specifically seeing an airplane, and it's a new chapter. It's a new beginning. It's a new start. It's the end of being in a situation as well. I feel like it's the end of situations where you're gonna you're gonna be unhappy in them, and whereas in the past you would just stay in them, you would overstay, you would um, you would be miserable, you would be depressed, you would be really fed up, and maybe even making yourself ill, and still not changing anything, still not doing anything differently. And I feel like it's took you a while to realize that you have the power, and all that you have to do is to make a change. um, one small change, it changes the course of your life. It has a knock-on effect down the road. um, so whether we make small changes or big changes, but definitely when we make big changes, you have the ability to change timelines, and that's what you're doing right now. And so I'm sort of being taken back to you standing in line in this cafeteria, looking down at all these options, and these are options you're tired of. You've had them before. It's the same old, and I'm feeling like you're not going to feel like that anymore. And it's not necessarily that you're going to have more options, it's that you're going to have the right options for you. And um, so your indecisiveness, right? Some of that indecisiveness is because you've got all these options, but you're not interested in any of them. And so what I'm being shown is that you will have options that you actually want, that you won't feel indecisive about. You will be able to make a decision because you'll know what you want in that moment. And I feel like all of the options you will want, so I don't feel like you can lose. And I feel like this is a transformational part of your life. I'm seeing a butterfly, so transmutation. You're changing from one version of yourself into another, and you'll never be that version again. So this is real growth, monumental growth. Um, this is kind of like, this is what happens when growth mounts up. Lots of little things where we grow, different experiences that we have where, little bits of growth happen here and there. And then the sum of all of those little bits of growth, it all comes together in a really big life change. And that's what's happening for you now in your life. There's a big life change. It's a change for your life externally, but it's also a change for you internally. It's growth for your soul. Um, and I feel like it's something that will be beneficial to your inner child. And what I'm being shown is also that your inner child wants this for you, because it's something that is needed for you, not your inner child, right? It's not for that little child that lives inside of you. It's for your adult self. It's for the woman, not the girl. And they encourage you on this journey. They have encouragement for you. They are in alignment with it. Um, and I think that's it. I think there isn't anything more to be said. Just been shown the boots again, just to reiterate the marching, the rhythmic movement forward. And once you take the first step, everything else will follow in quick succession. As I say, the soldiers, they march straight into the back of the plane. The back of the plane closes, the plane takes off, and in a few hours, different country, different world, different life. So I'm really getting the sense that it's all go, green lights all the way. It's a new beginning. For a woman who has outgrown her surroundings, outgrown her job. I'm not necessarily being shown that you've outgrown the people. Um, I haven't seen any other people at all. It's very much just centered around confirmation for you at this time that everything that you have decided, this place that you have found yourself in, I feel like I'm just here to let you know that you've done the right thing for yourself. You made the right decision. And I'm seeing like, I don't know, it's not a flower. It's kind of like a purple leaf, like a lilac leaf, but it's a specific shape. What are you telling me with this? I don't know if it's like, what do you call those, when you give awards to like first, second, third, it's not always a trophy or a medal. Sometimes it's like something they pin onto you, and it's sort of like a ribbon. Um, and I think normally it's like a plastic fake flower or something. It's like something that is circular with like a leafy kind of design going on the outer edge of the circle, and it has like two strands of a ribbon. I don't know what you call it. I'm gonna have to look that up. So I'm kind of like seeing it's like a job well done. Um, it's like a job well done. I really do feel like it's like a milestone in your life, and so it's just thumbs up. It's green lights all the way. It's a pat on the back. It's a job well done, and it's a badge pinned on your chest. So I feel like you can take a deep breath and just sit down. Wait for the roller coaster to begin. And yeah, I think that's the sum of the whole message. So whoever you are, I wish you all the best in your new journey. Um, and yeah, just take the time to give yourself a pat on the back. Um, Show a bit of gratitude to yourself for the journey so far, getting to this point, being able to break a cycle. It's monumental. When we break cycles, it's monumental, and it changes everything. So thanks very much for watching, and yeah, I'll be back when I get a new message.